Hey guys, and welcome back to Three Weeds and a DBZ Fan. I'm Tyler.
Mike, Dylan, Chase.
Alright, so today we're going to be kind of discussing Konosuba Episode 1. Unfortunately, we do not yet have the rights to that content, therefore cannot show it on our channel just yet. Hopefully, in the near future, we will have access to that, and we will be able to show you guys the partial or full episodes that we want to show to you guys. I just want to say we're gonna be working to kind of get some videos going with a little bit of the video along with our discussion, just kind of give you some context and hopefully it'll balance things out a little bit. All right. So for starters, we'd just like to start with what the show's about. All right. We have a protagonist named Kazuma Sato, and he is, well, killed. And
Well, he's not killed because killed means that somebody else physically kills him.
okay, yeah.
He dies of shock, and it is in the most ridiculous way he could have possibly done so. In trying to save a girl from being run over, he doesn't realize that the vehicle that would have done the running over was a tractor. And
Okay.
this tractor was going maybe 2 miles per hour. She would have easily not been hurt, and the guy would have easily been able to stop the tractor. So, in pushing the girl out of the way, he dies of shock, and at the scene, he pisses himself, and the doctors themselves are completely laughing. The family's laughing at the ridiculous way their son has died.
They just can't take it seriously, not at all.
And then when he's reincarnated into this kind of like
Other world.
Alternate game style world.
it's not alternate game style world yet because he is then transported to a alternate dimension where he meets with this one goddess named Aqua.
It's like a space between worlds.
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually a really apt description.
Even there, Aqua tells him that he dies and is completely laughing at the fact that he did die and how he died, completely mocking him the entire time.
And sassing him too.
Exactly. And she says that, hey, you can either choose to go to this new world, and I'll give you something to go with you and for you to use to defeat the Demon King there. If you succeed, you can come back and I'll grant you another wish. If you want, you can do that, or you can just pass on.
And go to heaven. But apparently heaven's a place for floating non-bodied spirits that can't even have sex. So that's not very fun now, is it?
So what he decides to do is he decides to go to the new world, and she basically lays out this entire array of different items, skills, something like that he can take. But the only downside being they're only one skill for one thing. They aren't a multitude of different skills that will be great when they all combined together. So, hold up.
Now, something she did say, the way she worded it was she said you can pick anything in this space that you can see. And that included the skills and the items, but if you wanted, you could have picked the potato chips that she was eating.
Yeah. So, at the same time, she's sitting on a little throne that she has, eating potato chips, and getting more and more annoyed at the fact that
he's trying to be careful and pick properly.
Yeah.
She's just trying to rush him along, and
eventually he just snapped to the point where he, out of complete spite for the fact that she made fun of how he died, the fact that he tried to save somebody before he died, and the fact that she kept going over the fact that his own parents made fun of the way that he did die. He decides, hey, there's a loophole. You said anything in this room, and he picked Aqua.
His exact words were, "Okay, fine, I pick you."
And she's like, what?
And then another goddess comes down.
Oh, more like
No,
an angel.
Angel.
And here's where you first get the instance of Aqua does not have brains. Because she grants his wish without realizing what he said. And it wasn't until she granted his wish did another god come down and take her place. And in doing so, she sent herself and him to this brand new world. And even then, she did not get him starter basic supplies, money, anything. They are both transported to this new world with nothing.
They literally just had their clothes on their back. And
Yeah.
that's it.
And the thing is, Aqua is known for having some pretty massive freakouts, and she happens to have one right when they get to this new world.
It's
Alright?
ridiculous.
And the problem is Kazuma has no idea that this is going to happen, and he's very taken aback by it. And honestly, like, Aqua needs to take a serious chill pill.
Well, Aqua never went into the situation and never thought the situation would happen because.
Well, yeah.
I mean, seriously, who would pick the person telling them to pick?
That and also this. She is useless. She knows about the different worlds. She knows about the different places that she sends people to, but she doesn't know anything about them. She doesn't know where to find places, where the best monster hunting locations are.
She knows of them. She doesn't know about them. Really.
She knows of the world. She knows of what type of creatures you can find there, but she doesn't know anything about where or how to get there.
Yeah.
And
or who.
It's at this point where she actually compliments Kazuma while insulting him. Because he goes, all right, well, this is a brand new RPG. First, we need to find the Adventurers Guild, get money, go on some adventures, and then basically start going from zero rank all the way up. Well, at this point, she's like, oh, you're pretty smart for a shut-in. And he's
A shut-in gamer, neat.
That's what she thought, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, for 1 second, she can't be nice.
And that's just her personality, and I think that's why he starts to get more and more aggravated with her as it goes on. So, Mike, you got anything to say?
No.
I mean, that's kind of the point of this. You're the new guy here. So, what was your take on Aqua's reaction to being brought to this new world? How did her little freak out make you feel? How did it make you react?
About her freak out?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because she got what she deserved for, taunting him, making fun of how he died. She got what she deserved. And I find that as karma.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely.
100%.
Like, she decided to insult this guy and put him down all the time.
Yeah, she's
And he's like, you know what? Uno reverse card, you're coming with me.
Pull out the reverse card.
Yep.
Nope. You're coming with me.
Exactly.
And the thing is, they basically get signed up with this Adventurers Guild, but only after she has to go begging for money from a priest, from one of her subordinate disciples.
The best part is, the priest is a disciple of the goddess that took her place.
No, it was the goddess who governs this world that they're in now.
I'm pretty sure it was the...
No, that was an angel, but then you got Eris, who's gonna be the goddess over this world and sending people back to Japan.
Yeah.
I understand. Alright.
Yeah.
So the thing is, Aqua basically is begging for money, and this priest from one of her subordinates sect takes pity on her. Pity!
Doesn't even believe she's a goddess.
And then gives her money to get signed up at the guild. And she is just devastated.
She's straight up just like crestfallen, like depression, like she's about to tie a noose and get on a chair.
Whoa, that's a little extreme, man.
I mean, pretty much, though. She was way out of sorts.
But here's the thing, though. You have to remember how full of herself she is. She's
Yeah.
100%. Oh, I'm a goddess.
She's
Bow
a deity.
down to me. Yeah, she's a deity,
Right.
yes, but she's so full of herself that she looks down on everything, and once she finally is looked down on, she doesn't know what to do.
Exactly.
Fair point.
Basically a spoiled brat.
So
Exactly. A spoiled rich kid who knows nothing
About the
of
real
how to
world.
live or survive or do anything in the world.
now we mentioned before that they have no money, they have no gear, and they have never been in this world before.
Yep.
So, with those three things in mind, they are now adventurers, but
Where are they going to sleep?
where are they going to sleep? Exactly.
Also, where are they going to work? How are they going to work?
Exactly. So here's the thing. Aqua may have been given a high priority job when she applied as an adventurer, which is an archpriest. And Cosmo may be the lowest on the totem pole, the adventurer.
Well, here's the thing. Let's go ahead and explain what they have first. Whenever they got their little cards, they put their hand on an orb, right?
It was
an orb.
Yeah.
And it magically transcribed
Their
their
guild
names,
card.
stats, everything onto the guild card.
And for Kazuma, it was average across the board. Only his luck was above
His luck and
average.
intelligence.
And his intelligence, yeah.
For Aqua, everything else except for luck and intelligence was amazing.
Her luck and
Her
intelligence.
luck was below average, and her intelligence.
No, her luck was the lowest that she'd ever seen. Her intelligence was.
No, the intelligence was the lowest she's
No.
ever seen.
Her luck was the lowest, but her intelligence was just average.
No, her intelligence was abysmal.
Yeah, it was abysmal.
It was absolute
Dude, give
crap.
her, she's completely an idiot.
Well, yeah, she's an idiot, but like she's dumber than the average human, is what.
Yeah,
Cosmo
they said
said.
right.
Yeah.
Her intelligence was below average, but her luck was just like I think it was like a 1 or a 2. It was terrible.
They never gave a number, but they
Yeah.
did say it was the lowest she'd ever seen,
It's
and
terrible.
that's probably really hard to do,
And here's another thing that's
especially in a town of beginning adventurers.
Well, I mean, luck's not even a stat you can improve. It's just set. So I mean, you get that stat. The only way you can improve it is what,
Gear.
magic.
or gear.
Yeah,
there's
there's no way you can.
there is a skill in the show called blessing, which helps with that.
Okay, but there's no natural way to improve it like there is with the other skills.
Yeah.
I mean, stats.
And here's another thing. This shows how much intelligence she has below the average human. The guild woman there basically called her an idiot to her face. But because the fact that she said that she was above average on everything else except for luck, her nose was so high in the air, she completely missed it.
Yeah, it went way over her head.
So back to the discussion of work.
Yes.
Sorry, we got a little off track.
We're on track a little bit.
We're still mostly there, but shh. So the thing is, they didn't know how to start being adventurers without gear. So they immediately went into a manual labor force. And, well, they did that for a while until they suddenly realized, what the hell are we doing working as day laborers? And decided to start doing the actual adventuring thing and go do a kill quest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the episode ended off. Right.
Yes.
We see them basically doing like bricklaying, and building, and I think Aqua was doing some artistry.
No, she was painting the wall.
She wasn't painting the wall, she was plastering it.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, she's plastering it. And they were doing this, and we would see them go do this during the day, come home, sleep on a bale of hay at night in a barn.
And then
And
go out
Cosmo-
drink with the others.
And Cosmo literally did not. He was so unprepared for sleeping in a stable that he was sleeping next to a pile of shit and woke up next to it.
Language.
Well, I mean, here's the
It's
thing.
not
though.
for kids. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Like it does show progression during this time. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
Because it starts off where the very first night he lays down and there's horse dung right next to his face.
Exactly.
Eventually, they get to a point where they have a blanket and blankets for themselves. But
Pillows.
no, they didn't have any
They didn't have
pillows.
pillows?
No pillows, dude.
No
That's
pillows.
hay.
Here's the thing, though. They got to a point where they basically got inside a daily cycle and they forgot the whole reason why they were there.
And that just kind of shows you even Cosmo's a little stupid.
Well, it's not the fact that he's stupid. It's the fact that
You fall into a routine.
you fall into a routine and he gets so used to it. I mean, hell, in his old life, he was shut in, doing the same routine every day because he didn't want to go to school. He didn't want to go do these things that he didn't feel like were important to him.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
point.
the fact that he's doing work and stuff like that, yes, but it is something that he needs to survive. He gets into a daily routine of it, and eventually, yeah, he might have gotten out of it. But the thing is, it wasn't until he finally realized, hey, we're doing this same shit over and over again. We go to work, we go at night, we go to dinner, and we drink to the point where you are puking most of your drinks back up, and then we go back to the stalls to lay down and go to bed, and repeat, rinse, wash, and repeat the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd just like to take a second to ask Mike here what he thinks. So, is there anything about how they started out the episode versus how the episode ended that you think really stuck out? Because, like, I know you're not super vocal about this stuff because you're kind of new to it.
Mhm.
And was there anything about their transition from Kazuma's reality to the new reality to them not realizing they had started working a day laborer's job that really stuck out? Like anywhere in between two.
Like what stuck out, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest key points.
Anything that caught your eye or something you liked or disliked?
I think what I liked is, when she got sent down and like when she was trying to ask for money, like she was like fiending for it and then thinking that she was a god, but instead the priest looked down on her, and then her reaction was like shocked face. I was like, well,
Surprise Pikachu.
exactly.
Like seriously.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that example. For me, it was like they really had no clue where to get started, and I think that was kind of my biggest takeaway. And Kazuma, even though he's a big RPG player, he's a nerd. He does all this crazy stuff with, games. He really didn't realize that he'd fallen into this new routine and just kind of like felt like rolled with it because he already had a routine, but it's been upset. And he was, I think somewhere along the line, he was like, man, I really need a routine. Well, the adventure thing isn't very stable work until you really get going.
And honestly, if you ask me, he got screwed over in the beginning because, yes, he did it out of spite to bring this goddess to the world where she was going to send him. But at the same time, she didn't bring money. She didn't bring a damn starting
She
kit.
forgot her purse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the same time, you send all this stuff out at the beginning with every single adventure you get, most likely, because a little bit of spoiler, later on you meet one of the other people that she sent in there. And he's doing all well and dandy for himself, but then Cosma himself is sitting there like, he can't get out of the starting town because of the fact that he doesn't have the necessary equipment to get out. And it's honestly not really his fault.
I mean,
Most
it kind of is. It was a bonehead thing of him. Yes, he did it out of spite. Yes, he wanted to enact a little bit of retribution. But at the same time, he could have picked a really good skill or piece of equipment instead to bring along with him, and it would have pushed him further along that much quicker if he hadn't brought the useless baggage with him.
Yeah, but at the same time, he didn't know how useless she was.
Yeah, he really
Because
did.
at the very beginning, when you pick a god, you expect them to have something you can use.
Isn't all she can do healing? Like I think
She
she
literally said that all she's good at is healing.
I mean, that's a good skill, but not when you're useless.
Like you'll notice, it's good for him later on.
Yeah,
But
later
also
on.
a curse, because
Anytime he wants to die, they won't let him.
Oh, poor dude.
so yeah, it's
Because her going back to the goddess and godly realm is basically
her sole purpose for even being there.
exactly, and the only way she can do that is if Kazuma defeats the Devil King.
Not anybody else.
It all falls on Kazuma because that's why he was sent there, and now it's her purpose too.
So he can't die until they beat the Devil King.
Well,
He can.
he can die.
She won't let him.
She won't let him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so she,
So I mean, but like, what if he like died naturally? Like, what? Like of old age? Would he be able to?
I don't think so. I don't think we have this kind of timeline. Okay, so spoiler alert. Hold up.
Let me finish my question. Is her magic that potent to reverse the process of time, to reverse aging?
It won't be that big of an issue. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Spoiler alert. In the Konosuba movie, Legend of Crimson.
Yeah.
There's this bit they did with one of the characters you'll see later on in the show called Union. She comes in and she is like, I want to have your kid. Well, that's because she was falsely led to believe that her son that she believed she would have to have with Kazuma would be the one to slay the Devil King. And then Aqua goes, well, can your kid do it in like 3 years or something? And because that was her, like, that was her idea of what kind of timeline would work for her. So she gets mad at Kazuma and basically, like, it's like, I can't do that! You gotta do it! She's super impatient, and there's no way around that. So, the thing is, we're gonna see a lot of Kazuma being angry at her or the other party members that he'll have because they're all useless. So,
okay, each one has one skill that is extraordinary. But the thing is, they don't, one, A, know how to use it, and two, and when they decide to use it, they use it in the wrong way.
yes.
And you will also find out that Aqua puts any and all of her skills into something that's useless. Completely useless.
Party tricks.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah,
I hate it.
since we're getting a little bit towards the end of this video, so well, more than a little bit. So hopefully you guys got a decent understanding of what the first episode was like, and if you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos and channel. Additionally, we'll be coming out in another week or so with a additional video kind of covering the second episode's contents. Hopefully.
And hopefully by that time we'll also get
The access
permission.
to...
And if we do, we will go ahead and post a video with the actual first episode and our reaction, stuff like that. But until then, we're just going to have to do an analysis of each episode, try to give you guys a more in-depth view of what's going on overall and why each different spot is significant in the way it is for the episodes.
Anyway, that'll be all for us today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and y'all have a good one.
Peace.